As we wrap up this year, I want to remind you about something that is very powerful that we so often overlook. And when we overlook it, we end up paying dearly for it. In fact, we end up paying the ultimate price for it, which is not living the life that we want to, that we dream of, that we desire. And what I'm specifically focusing on here is this: mediocrity. It doesn't just punch us. It doesn't show up and take over. Mediocrity doesn't attack us. Mediocrity quietly, silently, and gently sneaks into our life. It's one skipped to do at a time, one small missed commitment at a time, one tomorrow delay at a time, one skipped workout at a time. Little, seemingly imperceptible slips. The only way out of mediocrity is to elevate your standards, set high standards, and then always daily secure those standards. It's something I talk about with my guys all the time. Set and secure the standard. What standards do you live by? Think about mediocrity like this. Let's say you have some sort of a little weak string. And let's say that I tie your wrist with that string. And then I tie that string to a heavy object that you can't physically move. You could just yank at that string and snap it. We could add a second string. You could yank and snap it easily. Third little string. A little bit more effort, but you could still yank it and snap it. Fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, and in very short order, no matter how hard you pull, you can't snap that string. Tiny little strings stacked up together will then suddenly hold you down and keep you trapped and prisoner. In the same way, when mediocrity shows up, when you allow it to slip in and sneak in by your own choices, which is usually always because of accepting and settling for lower standards from yourself, when it sneaks in, it's not strong, it's not heavy. But when you let it stay, it will crush you and it will break your life. And this is why I meet so many men who live lives of quiet mediocrity, live lives where there's just an undercurrent of misery and mediocrity in their life, and they're just barely holding it together, going through the motions. I'm a good guy. I'm doing the right thing. Yeah, this is okay. And that's what I mean by when I said earlier that we pay the ultimate price in exchange for settling for lower standards and allowing mediocrity to slip and sneak in. And that ultimate price is our potential, the self-actualization of ourselves, and the realization of our dreams, desires, goals, the greatest version of ourselves. I forget the playwright's name, but a famous playwright said the following quote, and when I read it from her, I thought it was absolutely astounding, profound, phenomenal. And it goes like this, if I remember correctly. When you stack up enough tomorrows, you end up being left with a bunch of empty yesterdays. Let me say that again. I hope I'm saying it right. When you stack up enough tomorrows, you're left with a bunch of empty yesterdays. There's mediocrity. There's mediocrity in a nutshell. Do you get what I'm saying? And so everything, as harsh as this may sound, everything that you're dealing with and facing in your life right now, it's your own doing. It really is. Every hardship that I've gone through, all the challenges and hardships that I currently am facing in my life, they are all my doing, usually due to choices that are of low standards, quite often. Do you have standards? Have you clearly defined them and set them? And then do you secure them daily? And the setting and the securing of standards starts with you internally, mind and heart, and actually setting standards for yourself. The minimum that you'll accept from yourself. And then showing up daily to secure that standard. I'll share something with you that you'll only experience once you've done it. When you start setting and securing the daily standard with yourself, for yourself, just in your own life, not worrying about anybody else, wife, girlfriend, family, friends, anything. When you first start with yourself, interesting thing happens with the people around you. They pick up on it real fast. And their standards for how they show up for you tend to go up by default. If they don't, because you are congruent in setting and securing your own high daily and life standard, you are then not a hypocrite when you set boundaries with other people and set standards with other people, girlfriend, wife, kids, friends, co-workers, etc. Do you understand? So, as you, and at the time of this recording, it's middle of December 2024. So if you're watching it now, as you think, or any time around now, as you think through the coming new year, which so many of us so often do at the end of a year, if you're thinking of the new year and thinking about all the things you're going to accomplish, all the things you want to do, remember, it starts with you. What standards are you going to set and secure in your life on a daily basis from now on? Because remember, my friend, mediocrity sneaks in. Comfort. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll start next week. I'll just skip this one time. No. La-di-da-di-da. No. It's okay. You know, being in my late 30s now, I get to experience this very rapidly as a feedback loop with my physique, especially whether I have abs or not when I'm resting. Very quickly, if I allow mediocrity to slip into my eating habits, my nutrition, my supplementation, my rest recovery, my working out, my structure, very quickly, my waistline reflects that for me. The battle of the bulge, as I call it, right? And if you're a guy that's in your 30s or older, you can probably relate. Mediocrity sneaks in, slips in, one little low standard decision or action at a time. And then it stacks up like belly fat. And then one day your belly's hanging over your jeans. And as they say, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. It's easier to maintain a physique than it is to recut, re-lean, and get back to a good physique. That principle applies to everything. It's easy, as hard work as it is to maintain a good relationship, to maintain a business, to maintain progress. As hard as it is, that is easier than to fall backwards, to slip into mediocrity, have the proverbial 8, 9, 10, 15 strings around your wrist now, right? Tied to your past decisions that you're now going to have to work out of, unwind from, untangle from, overcome. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure is very true. And my sort of modification for it is an ounce of maintenance is worth more than a pound of recovery or bouncing back. Think about that. Declare all out holy war on mediocrity in your life. I mean, absolute jihad, bloodbath, full-on crusade. Absolutely crush mediocrity out of your life by accepting nothing less than high standards from yourself first, and how you think, speak, act, how you show up, your daily, weekly, and monthly structure, habits, how you treat people in relationships, how you treat clients, how seriously, intentionally you take your career, everything. Personal excellence. Set high standards and secure them for yourself, with yourself first. All out war on mediocrity. That's the assignment. Lock in.